Hello my dear friends of Maricita Colors in English. Today we have a new crocheted pattern here on my channel. It's my nice sweater that I made in one piece with the fantasy stitch cross with the V-neck in the front and in the back. And the only sews are here on the laterals. Look, it's very nice. I made from down to up. The sweater is 50 centimeters of wide and 55 centimeters of long until the shoulders. Look, I began here on the waistband. After this I made a long until the V-neck, and after this I divide the work into parts the same. For this we must have even number in the cross. My sweater has 22 crosses. When I divide the work, I have 11 for the right and 11 cross for the left side. Look, here on the shoulders we have not sews. And we continue making our thread until the back. And when we have the V-neck for the front and the back, we join the work again and we begin to make the back. At the end we must make the same waistband like the front. The front and the back have the same number of rows before the V-neck. Look, this is the armhole. I didn't make a border because the fantasy stitch is very nice. Before I begin to make my beautiful pattern, I want to invite you to subscribe here on my channel Maricita Colors in English. It's totally free. Remember, activate the bell to receive the post when I have a new video here on my channel. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram and now TikTok, Maricita Colors 2024. And now we learn to make this beautiful crocheted sweater with V-neck in one piece. Now I will show you how to calculate the stitches for your sweater. My sweater has 22 cross. 22 3 times are 66 stitches, plus the first stitch and the last are 68 double crochet. These 68 double crochet are the waistband. I made 3 rows of the waistband with the rib stitch. For that I have 68 double crochet. I make 69 chains. By example, if you want 20 cross, 3 times 20 are 60 stitches, plus 2 from the first and the last stitch are 62 double crochet. For that I have 62 double crochet. I must make 63 chains. To make this nice sweater, I use approximately 200 grams of this acrylic yarn. In the etiquette say that I can use hooks between 2 and 3. I use the 5 for the body and the 4 mm for the waistband. I will make here a little pattern with the hook number 4 mm. Because I want that my waistband is a little stretch, I use the rib stitch. By example, I will make 10 cross, 3 times 10 is 30, plus 2 from the first and the last stitch are 32. For that I have 32 double crochet, I must make 33 chains. Like this I begin to make my chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 30, 31, 32 and 33 chains. This is the width of my sweater. We begin with the front. I will insert the hook into the third chain, 1, 2 and 3. And we make 1 double crochet. The first chains are the first double crochet. Like this I will make 1 double crochet in every stitch. Here I must have 32 double crochet. Here I have 29 double crochet, vareta or punto alto en español, the 30 double crochet, 31 and 32 double crochet. Now I will make the rib stitch in crochet. We begin with 3 chains like the first double crochet. We turn the crocheted work, and now I am in the front of the work because the yarn of the begin is in the right side. To me, this is the front. Look, the reverse and the front. Here I will make the rib stitch in crochet, that is a knit and pull stitch in knitting. The first chains are like the first pull stitch. Now I will make the knit stitch. I call like this. So yarn over, and I will insert the hook from the front to the reverse, and I catch the second double crochet of the previous row. From the front we insert to the reverse and again to the front, and we have this double crochet. Yarn over, we pass for the double crochet, yarn over, and we pass from 2 in 2. To me, this is the knit stitch. We must alternate. Yarn over, and I will make the pull stitch from the reverse to the front. We catch this double crochet and we go again to the reverse. Yarn over, we bring 1 loop and we pass from 2 in 2. After the reverse or the pull stitch, I will make the knit stitch. So now only we alternate 1 knit and 1 pull stitch until that we finish the row. I only made 3 rows of the waistband. Almost I finish the row of the rib stitch. Now I must make 1 knit stitch, punto derecho en español, and the pull stitch from the reverse to the front and again to the reverse. And the last stitch is like the knit stitch. So only I insert the hook previous the last double crochet. We insert and we make the last double crochet and ready. This is the first row or the second row of our waistband. To begin the next row, we make 3 chains like the first double crochet and we turn the crocheted work. And we repeat. We must make 1 knit over the knit stitch of the previous row. Look, the knit stitch is like over and the reverse or the pull is into the back. So here I will make 1 knit stitch. One knit, 1 pull until that we finish the row. If you want, you can make wider your waistband. I only made these 3 rows of the rib stitch. Here almost I finished the third row of the waistband. I made the rib stitch, one purl and one knit stitch. Here is the knit stitch, punto derecho en español, and purl stitch is punto revés en español. And to finish is like the knit stitch. I insert the hook previous the double crochet and we make the last double crochet. This is the width of my waistband. Now I will change the hook for the number 5 millimeters to make the body of my work. We will begin to make the fantasy stitch cross. I begin with 4 chains, 4 cadenetas en español. And this represents like one treble crochet. We turn the crocheted work. At the end we must make one treble crochet. For the front of the work I begin to make the fantasy stitch cross. I make 2 times the yarn over the hook. We find the next stitch. We skip the first that are from the chains and into the second we insert, yarn over, we bring 1 loop, yarn over and we pass for 2 loops. Now I have 3 loops. Yarn over, we skip 1 stitch and into the next I insert the hook, yarn over, we bring 1 loop. Now I have 5 loops, yarn over, we pass for 2, we pass for 2, we pass for 2 and for 2. This is the half of our cross stitch. 1 chain of separation, this is important, yarn over and into the center of our stitch we pass through 2 stitches or loops and we begin to pass from 2 in 2. And this is the first cross, punto cruz en español. Now I must have 10 cross in this little pattern. 2 times the yarn into the next stitch. We insert the hook and we repeat all the steps. Yarn over, we bring 1 loop. Yarn over, we pass for 2 loops. Now I have 3. Yarn over, we skip 1 stitch and into the next. Yarn over, we bring 1 loop and we start to pass from 2 in 2. This is the half of our stitch, 1 chain of separation. This is important because gives the form to the cross. Yarn over and into the center we cut 2 loops. Yarn over and we begin to pass from 2 in 2. So are like 1 double crochet in the right and 1 double crochet in the left side. This gives the form of our cross. So here I will repeat until that we finish the row. I have 22 cross in my sweater. Remember that my sweater is a large size and has 50 centimeters of wide and 55 centimeters of long from the shoulders until the waistband. Here almost I finished the first row of my cross stitch. I will make the cross number 10. 2 times the yarn, we insert into the next stitch, yarn over, we skip 1 stitch into the next. I pass from 2 in 2. 1 chain of separation, and into the center of the stitch we catch 2 loops, yarn over, and we catch 2 loops, yarn over, and we start to pass from 2 in 2. And to finish this row, yarn over 2 times because I will make 1 treble crochet. Where here I made 3 chains. In the third chain I will insert, and here I will make the treble crochet. Doble vareta en español. We start to pass from 2 in 2 and ready. We have 10 cross and the first and the last stitch. If I have 10 cross here in the first row, I must have always 10 cross in every row. Remember that the cross we must have even numbers. To begin the next row, we will make 4 chains. That is the representation to 1 treble crochet. We turn the crocheted work 2 times the yarn over the hook, and over the cross we make the cross. Here in this vertex, in this we insert the hook, yarn over, and we skip the stitch, the chain of the center, and we go into the another stitch, and from 2 in 2 we make the cross. 1 chain of separation, yarn over, and in the center of the cross we catch 2 loops, yarn over, and we start to pass from 2 in 2. Now only we repeat all the steps. Look, with this little pattern you can calculate how many cross you need for the size of your sweater. Remember that between sides and sides are 2 centimeters of difference. 1 large is 50 centimeters of white, 1 extra large 52 centimeters of white, 1 medium 48 centimeters of white, and 1 is 46 centimeters of white. So I will repeat until that I finish the row. Here I finish the second row of the cross stitch. I have 10 cross in every row. I will make the 10 cross. I make 2 times the yarn over the hook, and I insert here in the right side of the cross, yarn over, I skip the stitch from the center, and into the next stitch I insert, I bring 1 loop, and I begin to pass from 2 in 2 loops. 1 chain of separation, and into the center of this stitch I catch 2 loops, yarn over, and I start to pass from 2 in 2. And to finish the row I make 2 times the yarn over the hook, and I will make the last treble crochet, where in the 4th chain of the previous row we must insert inside of the chain, the 4th chain, yarn over, and we start to pass from 2 in 2, and ready. We finish the second row. Now to begin the next row, again 4 chains like the first treble crochet, and we turn the crocheted work, and again I am in the front of my work. So with these 2 rows you can calculate how many cross stitches you need to make your sweater. Remember that the cross must be even number. My sweater has 22 cross stitches. If you want a XL size, you can make 2 cross stitch more, and if you want a medium size, you can make 2 crossless. Here I will show you how many centimeters has my waistband. 3 centimeters. You saw the pictures and photos and you can make bigger or the same like my waistband. So like this you will continue making your sweater until the V-neck. Now I left you my video advance where I show you how I divide my work into parts, the same for the V-neck. I advance my sweater. I have 31 centimeters of long until the open of my work because I will divide my sweater in 2 parts the same. I will make the right side and the left side separated. I am in the front of the work because the yarn of the beginning is in the right side. Here I have 22 cross stitches and in your thread you must have even number 2. Here I will count. I have 12 rows before the separation. This is the 13th row or the first row of the right side. Here I make the last cross stitch. I involve 2 times and I make the last cross, the 11, because I will separate 11 in the right side and 11 cross in the left side. Here in the center of the cross we catch 2 loops and we finish from 2 in 2. And now to finish this right side I will make the treble crochet because always in every row we must have the first and the last stitch. Here I will make in the same stitch where I finish the cross, I will make the treble crochet, doble vareta en español. And I have 11 cross stitch and the first chains and the treble crochet. To begin the second row, I will make 4 chains, we turn the crocheted work, and now this is the reverse, and here we continue making our cross stitch. We skip the first and we go over the cross. And here I will make the long of the V-neck for the front and for the back of my sweater. Altogether I made 16 rows for the V-neck that made 50 centimeters of long approximately. Both sides, right and left sides, must have the same numbers of rows. This is the second row. After that we separate our work. Here only I will make 16 rows of the right side. I come back to show you how I begin the left side. Here I advance my right side. I am in the front of the work. I made 16 rows with the fantasy stitch. These are for the V-neck for the front and for the back. 8 for the front and 8 for the back. Here I will show you how I will begin the left side. For the front of the work, we continue in the row and we will beginning. Here, this is the treble crochet and the chains. We must have the same in the left side, remember. So in the next cross stitch from the right side I will bring one stitch, and from here I will make 4 chains like the first treble crochet. In this same stitch I will begin to make the cross stitch. We skip the center, we go in the left side and we pass from 2 in 2. This is the first row of the left side. 1 chain and we catch 2 loops from the center of my stitch. So here I have the chains of the beginning, and over every cross we must make the cross stitch. So I will make 11 cross stitch in every row until that I have the same rows of the right side, so 16 rows. I will come back for show you how I join both sides. Here almost I finished the 16th row of the left side. Here I will make the last cross stitch. I made 1 chain of separation and I catch the 2 loops from the center of my work, of my cross. To finish this row, this is the reverse of my work. I will make the treble crochet in the 4th chain of the previous row. So here, when I have the 16 rows, I will cut the yarn and I will close the left side. Ready. Here I have the 16 rows and I make for the front the 17th row, or the first row for the back of our sweater. We will join the work here in this row. This is the front of the work where we will join together the 2 parts. Here I don't make the last treble crochet, only I make the cross, and here too I don't must make the chains. We will join the work only. So 2 times the yarn on the hook, and in this stitch I will insert, and from here I will begin to make the cross stitch. I bring 1 loop, I pass for 2, yarn over, and we go into the another stitch of the cross in the left side. We skip from the center and we start to pass from 2 in 2. One chain of separation, and from the center of the cross we catch 2 loops and we start to pass from 2 in 2. So now we join the 2 sides. Here with this yarn you will sew front in front, because this is the first row of our back. Remember, you must sew. So now only I will continue making the 22 cross stitch in every row. I must make the same rows that have my front. So I will come back when I have the 12 rows of my bag. Here almost I finished the 12th row of the bag. I will make the treble crochet in the 4th chain of the previous row, and now I will begin to make the waistband. I will use the hook number 4 millimeters like the front. To begin the double crochet, we will make 3 chains, and now I am in the front of the work. Look, every cross has 3 stitches, so from every cross we must have the 3 stitches and the first and the last stitch. Altogether must be the 68 double crochet like in my front. You must have the same number of stitches. So here from the cross, from the right part, we make 1 double crochet, from the center 1 double crochet, and from the left side of the stitch 1 double crochet. So we must repeat the 3 double crochet over every cross, and I will come back when I finish this first row of our waistband. Now I almost finish the first row of the waistband. I make in the right side 1 double crochet of the cross stitch, in the center 1 double crochet, and in the left side of the cross the double crochet. And to finish this row, I will make the last double crochet in the 4th chain of the previous row. Here I have 68 double crochet. From here I repeat 3 chains like the first double crochet because I will begin to make the rib stitch. The rib stitch is 1 knit and 1 purl stitch. These 3 chains are like the first purl stitch. We turn the crocheted work, and like in the first part, I will begin in the second double crochet. I will make 1 knit stitch, un punto derecho en español, and the purl stitch is from the reverse to the front and again to the reverse. We are in the reverse of the work, so I will make this row and the another in the front of the work, and I will come back to show you how we close our nice sweater in one piece without increases or decreases with V-neck. I almost finished the third row of the rib stitch. This is the front of my work. I only made 3 rows of this rib stitch. Here I make the knit stitch, the purl stitch, punto revés en español, the knit stitch. You can make the rows of the waistband that you prefer, but remember that you must make the same rows that you make in the front and in the back, for that our work is uniform. Here I will make the last knit stitch, and here I will cut the yarn and I will close the work. I pass the yarn for the last stitch, cut the yarn, I let some centimeters for sew good our work, and I finish pass the yarn in the stitch. Look, this is the front of the work of my sweater. I made all in one piece. This is the front of the work. I have 16 rows of the V-neck that are almost 50 centimeters of long. So now only I will join front with front because I will sew the lateral. I will let the arm hold and I will sew or join the lateral. Here I have 12 rows from the front and the back, and here I have 8 from the 16. 8 for the front and 8 for the back of our thread. Altogether, my sweater from the shoulder to the waistband are approximately 55 centimeters of long. This is a large size. Here I have altogether 12 and 8, 20 rows. I will make one mark in the center of my sweater because I have 20 rows for the front and 20 rows for the back. And from here I will let 22 centimeters of long approximately for the armhole. If you are a XL size, you can let 24 centimeters. And if you are one size less, you can make or let 18 centimeters. These 22 centimeters made 8 rows. So front in front I must have the 8 rows. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, and here 2 I must have the 8 rows. The rest I will sew front in front. I will join with one single crochet. I will use a teeny hook, the 3.5 millimeters, for that I can enter into the stitches. So from the edge to the front we will pass or insert the hook edge with edge, and I will make one slip stitch, one chain of union of join, and one chain like the first single crochet. And from here we must make one single crochet until the mark. So here are like chains. We insert and we try to catch 2 yarns front in front. We have the same rows in front and the back, so you must make that the work, you must look that coincide. The waistband must coincide and the rows of the fantasy stitch. Here almost finished the sew of the lateral, the union. I make out the mark. And in front always I try to catch 2 stitches for that is more nice over stitch. Here I insert the hook from in front. Remember that you can find me too on Facebook, Maricita Colors, Instagram, Maricita Colors, and TikTok. I will finish the join. I will make the last single crochet. I will cut the yarn and I will pass the yarn through the last stitch. Like this you must join the another lateral. Now I almost sew all the yarns in my sweater. Look, this is the join of the lateral. You don't notice where is the join, where is the single crochet. We are for the front of the work and I will show you how I sew this yarn. I use less than 200 grams of acrylic yarn. Here in the reverse, where is the union, the single crochet, I will pass the yarn. I will make a canoten for that is secure my sew. You always must to sew your yarns in the reverse of your work. When your yarn is secured, you can cut. And ready, we have our beautiful crocheted sweater in one piece without increases or decreases with V-neck, and only we must sew on the laterals. Before I finish my video, I want to invite you to subscribe here on my channel Maricita Colors in English. It's total free. Remember, activate the bell to receive the post when I have a new video here on my channel. I made yesterday one chat live where I show you how I made slips in my sweater Jessica. I will let you this pattern on the comments, on the description box, and at the end of this video. Thank you very much to all the persons that comment, share, and give one like to my video. And we see us soon with another crocheted or knitting pattern. Ciao, ciao. Thank you very much, my dear friends. Hasta la vista.